Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Make It Yourself. In today's video we're going to make this mini rose dangle earrings. The pattern is very simple and it takes hardly few minutes to make this pair. So let's get started. So for today's project I'll be using a hook of size 3.25 mm. More details of things needed will be in the description. So we're going to start off with a magic ring, and then we are going to chain 3. So chain 1, chain 2 and chain 3. So after this chain of 3, into this magic ring we are going to make 7 double crochets. So if you find to make this magic ring difficult, what you can do is you can chain 4, and into the first chain you can make the 7 double crochets. So this is our second double crochet, the third double crochet, the fourth double crochet, this is the fifth double crochet, the sixth double crochet and the 7th double crochet. So after the 7th double crochet we will be pulling the tail yarn and closing the magic ring. So here the first chain of 3 we are treating it as the first double crochet. So total we have 8 stitches. Now we are going to make a slip stitch on the third chain, that is the top part of the chain of our first stitch, that is the chain of 3 that we made. After that, after the slip stitch we are going to make another chain of 3 to start the next row. Then into the same stitch we are going to make a bobble stitch. So for the bobble stitch we will be yarning over 3 times. So this is second time and this is the third time. Now once we have all the loops in the hooks, we will be pulling through all the loops, and then we are going to make a slip stitch, and then we are going to make a chain of 1. Next we are going to repeat this again into the next stitch. So we yarn over once, twice and the third time, and through all the loops we are going to pull our yarn through it and then make a slip stitch and then chain 1. So we will be repeating this into all the spaces, and by the end of this round we should have a total of 8 bobble stitches. So we have completed 7 bubble stitches, and this is the last one, that is the 8th bubble stitch. So we are going to yarn over 3 times, and then through all the loops we are going to pull a yarn, make a slip stitch and then chain 1. So after this chain 1 we are going to slip stitch it to the top of our first chain 3. So at the beginning we made a chain 3, so into the top or the third chain we are going to make a slip stitch. So after making the slip stitch we are going to chain 1 to make it more secure and pull it tight, and then we are going to trim off the yarn. So now we are done with the center part. So we have 2 tail yarns left here. So these 2 tail yarn we are going to crochet it into the existing stitches. So I'm using a smaller hook to do this because it's easier with a smaller hook. Or if you find crocheting it in difficult with a crochet hook, you can use a needle. In that case, you will have to leave a longer tail yarn. So you can use a needle and then stitch this tail yarn into the existing stitches. And also it is best to crochet the tail yarns into the back side. So if you look, you will clearly see which is the front side and the back side. So this is our front side. So here you can see we have these spaces available. So into one of the space we are going to insert our marker. So this is where we will place our fish hook, the hook that we are going to use for the earring. So after skipping one space after the marked space, so on the third space is where we are going to start making our roses. So roses, we are going to use a pink yarn. Here I have used 2 strands of size 10 cotton yarn. So I'm going to make a slip knot, and this slip knot I'll be connecting it into the third space from the marked stitch. So we have the marked stitch, we skip the next stitch, and into the third space we are going to connect the pink yarn. Now we're going to make a chain of 6 and chain 6. Now from the top we are going to count 3 chains. So the first chain, second chain and third chain, and to the third chain we are going to make 2 double crochets. So since this is the third chain, the chain of 3 is our first double crochet, and we are making 2 more double crochets. So overall it's like having 3 double crochets. So into the next stitch or the next chain, that is the fourth chain, we are going to make 3 double crochets, second double crochet, and the third double crochet. Into the fifth chain also we are going to make 3 double crochets. So this is our first double crochet, the second double crochet, the third double crochet. So similarly into the last or the 6th chain we are going to make again 3 double crochets. So first double crochet, second double crochet, and the third double crochet. So at this point you will see that it will start to appear like a rose, and we will slip stitch this rose to the base or to the same space. So next we are going to chain 2 and move on to the next chain 1 space. So into this next chain 1 space we are going to first make a slip stitch, and then we are going to chain 6 again. So here we'll be repeating the same pattern again to make the rose. So into the third chain we are going to make first 2 double crochets, then into the next chain we are going to make 3 double crochets, so 3 more double crochets into the next stitch, and 3 more double crochets into the base stitch or the last stitch. So after we are done with this, we are going to slip stitch it to the same space. So we're going to slip stitch it here, make a chain of 2, and then slip stitch it into the next chain 1 space. So repeating this pattern, we should make a total of 5 roses into the 5 chain 1 spaces. So this is our last or the 5th rows. So we are working the double crochets, and now we are going to slip stitch it into the same space. We're going to chain 1 and then pull it tight and then trim off the tail yarn. So here the pattern is almost complete. We have this tail yarn left. So into the back side we will use a crochet hook and crochet in this pink yarn into the existing stitches. So you can crochet them in anywhere. There's no particular stitch where we need to crochet it in. Just make sure that the tail yarns are hidden from the side. So if you want to make it more secure, what you can do is, after trimming it off, you can place a dab of super glue or hot glue to it so that the tail yarn do not poke out of the stitches. Now we are going to connect the fish hook. Using a plier, you can open the fish hook, remove the marker, and into the marked chain 1 space we are going to place our fish hook and then close the hook as shown in the video. So you need to make one more in the using the same pattern, and you have a beautiful pair of your rose earrings. You can leave it as it is, or if you want, like I have done, you can add a gemstone to the center of the earring. So here I have a stone which is clawed in from the back using a clutch, but you need not use the same thing. What you can do is you can have some gemstones and you can stick them or stitch them to the center part. So here I am pressing the claw from the back side and then placing the stone from the front side, and using the pliers I am going to close the claws over the stone so that the stone is secure in the center and does not fall off. So here our beautiful earrings are ready. This is a pretty simple design and you can make them in minutes, and you can also customize the colors based on whatever outfit you are wearing. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Do leave your feedback or if you have any doubts in the comment section. Do subscribe to my channel if you found this video useful. Turn on the notifications for future videos and give me a thumbs up, guys. Thank you very much for watching.